Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Three Crones and the Woo Woo. I am your word witch and dragon slayer crone, Gayle Nicholson, with Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. To my side, I have Miss Krista Ducharme, who is our crystal crone with, excuse me, I'm switching your companies today, okay? Dimensional Healing with Krista on Facebook. That's hers. And then supporting us, as always, from below, we have Ms. Damaris Samolinski with Ask the Genie. Thank you so much, ladies, for hanging out with me today. Oh, my God. Mercury is in the house. Woohoo!
Hey, you know, Mercury always has to make an appearance somehow, way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Right. Good morning,
Yes.
Pilar. Good to see you.
Good morning.
Welcome to everybody who's joining us. Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfy, get your cup of Java or whatever the case may be. If you're in Krista's time zone, maybe it's a beer, maybe it's a glass of wine. Damaris and I it's still not 5 o'clock yet.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's after the 12 o'clock hour. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's right.
No judgment here. No judgment whatsoever. Plus, if you're having coffee, who says you can't add a little Bailey's into it?
That's right. You know, a little Irish coffee, a little, you know, and for those of you who have been, you know, like fighting off what wants to catch up with you in the winter time, you know, a little hot toddy's not off limits.
Nope. Enjoy it. I sometimes, you know what? If they're done right, I swear by them.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am a huge hot toddy fan.
Oh,
So yeah. So you'll have to forgive me. I'm looking at my phone to try to pull up our show. I'm like
somewhere.
I'm like, where is it? It's like, it's not popping up. Usually it pops up. I'm like going, what the heck happened to it today?
Ooh.
So yeah, I was trying to pull it up so I could see. And yeah, well, you know, it's having moments.
We are live. And if you cannot find us live, like Krista's having a problem right now, then by all means, tune in later when you've got some convenient side time, maybe while you're doing the dishes, listening to us in the background. That's awesome. We love that. But regardless, whether you're able to tune in live today or it's on the replay, let us know where you're at, where you're from, and how you're watching.
Yeah. And hey, you know how yesterday I asked if you have snow outside, because of course it was snowing here and it's supposed to snow tomorrow. Schools have already closed. We are expecting a massive blizzard of all of possibly 3 inches.
Wow.
But, you know, make sure you post a picture. Let us know. It's always good.
I just had the worst incel joke float through my mind. I am not sharing that.
Okay. Well, we don't want it to become X-rated, you know.
No, absolutely not.
I want to send a shout out to somebody. I want to send a shout out to someone.
Oh, please.
To Ada. She's going through a trying time right now. I don't want to say, but I just want us to send her some healing. Awesome.
Prayers going out for Ada.
Yeah,
the creator,
definitely.
the source knows what needs to be done and what needs to be delivered. We send our love.
Definitely. Yeah, she is quite a spirit, that one. I love her energy.
And she's always with us, you know. But
you need to say hello. You just were on camera.
You broke a leg.
I don't know. You
leg, Kevin. You gotta.
Yeah, he put the trash in. So when you put the trash in, your back of your head was on. That's where the trash can is.
So that's a great segue into where that phrase comes from. Break a leg. Did you know?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't remember
I know
where
they
break
see it
a
in
leg comes
Hollywood or, you know, in
Okay.
yeah, right.
So back in the days of vaudeville, right? They would do the shows or whatever, and there would be more vaudeville players than they could fit into the time of the show. And things would get switched around and stuff like that. So how they determined whether or not you got paid was your leg had to be visible on stage to the audience. You have from behind curtain, if your leg became visible, you got paid for the night. Right?
Okay.
So the point is to break a leg from backstage curtain to get paid.
So
I love it.
a leg.
Yep, it's just you got to be able to see your leg.
Yes.
You didn't have to actually make it all the way on stage, but if the audience could see your leg, you got paid.
That's so funny. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
know that.
Stephen Telsey of Harmony, a New Musical, didn't know that either, because the first time that he set foot on stage with the New Musical, he literally broke it.
God.
Oh no.
Seriously. So we hope we have that all sorted out for you now, Stephen. Welcome back to the show. I think he came back this past week into, and he's one of the 6 comedian harmonists, so he's a big deal,
Oh yeah, definitely.
So welcome back, Stephen. All right, my dear. What else do we want to shout out now at the beginning here? How's things going for you, Damaris?
Pretty good, thank God. Pretty good. Aside from the snow, everything is pretty good, thank God.
Oh goodness.
What was that?
Did you watch the Iowa caucus?
I did, and I parts of it, not all of it. Not all of it.
Yeah, you know what I found surprising?
Huh?
What I found surprising about the whole thing, speaking of Iowa, yesterday, remember how I posted? I didn't realize we had so many people from Iowa. So all the Iowans, please come in and say hello. I was like, whoa. When they're saying, yes, and I'm from
there too.
yeah, I'm like, this is so super cool. And I had another surprise today. So somebody who I met in here, he's active duty military. And I met him in one of our TAP classes, which is the transition assistance program for when you are transitioning out of the military. And it's to help you civilianize so that we aren't scared when we leave. Yeah, we're not scared when we leave, right? It's to help us. It's to help us understand that all those civilians out there aren't going to, eat us alive or something. Just kidding. So
those civilians don't have rules of engagement. That's not.
That is true. There you go. It's a much different. Well, our lifestyles are different. So, but it was really funny. So he bought something from me that I'm selling, and I was like, I didn't realize who it was until I got there, and right before he drove up, I'm like, I know exactly who this is, because it was a Facebook sale, and he has a picture of a Muppet on his Facebook. So it's like, it wasn't him, it was a Muppet. So it wasn't like I could be like, oh, I know exactly who it is. So it was so funny today. And we got talking about different things because I'll share this. I had shared with him that I'm going to be selling crystals from my personal collection. They have told me that I am to be doing this. So I'm doing this on Monday. And he got really excited. I mean, the whole glasses thing and looking at me like, really? And it's by invitation only here. It's not like I'm posting it.
Yeah.
So, but we got talking. He goes, oh, no, I sized you up in the TAP class when you pulled out your tarot deck and you were shuffling it. He's like, I knew exactly that you are my people. So, needless to say, the reason why I say this is because you never know who it is that you are going to connect with until that opportunity, until you ask, show a picture and tell us where you're from. Or, oh, wait, no, I had that car. I sized you up already, with my tarot deck. and it wasn't a tarot, it was an actual oracle deck, but that's beside the point. He recognized it as a deck.
Right.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay. So yeah, I mean, it's really kind of cool. And the more so I'm very vocal about our podcast. I hope you two are as well. But I find I find the more I talk to people about our podcast, the more I am pleasantly, I mean, I'm more than pleasantly surprised. Sometimes I'm stunned to silence. I've even had people in terms of, oh, yeah, I know exactly your podcast. I watch it. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Really? Okay.
I love that.
I've had people like, you're from that Crones show.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
So yeah, it is.
Damaris and I are both kind of stunned that anything could possibly stun you to silence.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
See, and you only know me from that. Wait until we spend more time together.
Oh God. I can't wait. I am so excited. Like 3 months, right? And you'll be at least in town. You know?
Yep, I will. Yeah. Yep. It will be back in. I mean, for me, in my head, you're saying months, but for me, it's like it's days. It's days, because we fly on the first day of spring as it stands at the moment. I'm not sure if that will shift. If it shifts, it's going to shift to before spring, but because we have to be in Norfolk, Virginia by the 21st of March. But yeah, we have to go to Norfolk, Virginia for about 10 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where Kevin
quarantine type thing.
No. Yeah. We're going back into quarantine.
Locked up.
No.
Back in the country.
No, I think, well, the United States might need that because I'm coming back, but the United States needs to acclimate for 10 days after Krista arrives. Her vibration is so high. That's it. Yeah, no.
Period.
That's it. A shadow period. But no, Kevin has to process out. And the only place we can process out on the East Coast is Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay.
So, yeah. So we have to go and do Navy things and take care of Navy stuff and visit friends. And then we're going to drive north because Kevin's Defender is coming back with us. So it will arrive and we'll drive it back. So those of you who have seen the photos.
The Defender's coming to Virginia and you're going to drive that up the coast?
Yep. Yes. Yeah, awesome. So you're actually going to get to see her in real life.
Yeah. I'm very excited. I thought you were going to have to leave her behind.
Nope. No. She's a antique.
Nice.
So yeah, we get to
classified as an antique. She got to come home.
I've seen newer ones on the road. They're really nice.
Yeah, they are, but I have to say, hey, Hair Bear. I have to really say that Betty Jean. Her name's Betty Jean. She's pretty awesome. So yeah, we really enjoy her. So yeah, we'll drive up the coast. And then we're going to stop and see the kids. We'll get to see Zachary in Norfolk, and then we'll stop and see the Gregory and Genevieve, and a couple of friends and family along the way. So, yeah, we're gonna make a little trip of it. So,
that's awesome. I'm excited for you. That's wonderful.
It is.
All right, my dears, let's get this party started if we can.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. So with the Pluto themes, right? It's just really important. So Pluto, the sun goes into Aquarius on the 20th, and the same day Pluto goes into Aquarius. Then we have the full moon in Leo on the 25th, which is going to cause, there's a conjunction with the Pluto and the sun, but that's going to cause an opposition with the full moon.
Oh, okay.
So that is going to be a little bit, of a situation. So I'll explain. Leo is all about the self. It only wants to do stuff by itself. It doesn't want to really relate to other people. Aquarius is all about other people. So there's going to be this energy of, not willing or wanting to collaborate, to be a team player, a team member. And, we can't solve problems by ourselves. We always need other people, whether we know those people or not. If you're looking for a loan, you got to go to a banker, you got to go to, and get a loan. They have to help you, right? Whatever it is, you're going through a divorce, you need a lawyer, right? Whatever it is, we need other people. So Leo has to sort of like give up those reins and become, adaptable to working with others, accepting help and things like that. The Pluto energy too, I feel like for the next 20 years, because it's going to be Aquarius is going to be in Pluto. Pluto's going to be in Aquarius until 2044, is about, the Aquarius energy is all about technology. The Leo energy, using that technology, isolates itself. So how we've been all like, we're not really connecting.
Yeah.
We're not really, making relationships, making connections, because everybody's like this. There's no hello at dinner time, in the train, whatever. Everybody's looking at their phone or whatever, right? Exactly. That's gonna be the issue for the next, few years, is how do we enjoy the technology but not live by it, so to speak, because we need connections. We need to come together. We as one people, as one human race, right? That is.
Or how can we go back to using the technology for like meetups, right? And here's this meetup where all of these people of like-mindedness can get together and enjoy each other's personality in person.
That's where we need to get. That's really
we're going.
Yeah.
That's we need to get back to that. No, we need to get back to that. I think that the COVID shutdowns really isolated everybody. Everything was the internet. We need to go back to a time before those shutdowns, right? Where we connected, where we, build relationships. It's the only way we're going to solve the collective problems or the plague that has, diseased humanity, if you will. We have to come together. We have to collaborate. We have to, create, causes that are for humanity, right? All of those things rules Aquarius. It rules groups of people. It rules, causes, humanitarian projects, whatever that may be. So the next 20 years, we're going to have to do that. I don't know how difficult that's going to be. Like I said to you guys the other day, I look at social media and I look at the comments people are making, and I look at the hatred or the division, and I'm like, oh boy, it's going to take a long time, You know
what, though? Grace comes in an instant.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to take a long time. What it does have to take is those that are in the hierarchical, right, in charge, to get the fuck out of the way. That's what it takes. Because remember, before COVID and all this kind of stuff was happening, we were seeing how groups were using Twitter to coordinate protests.
Yes.
And maybe 10 days or so before the COVID lockdown, I went to a Bernie Sanders rally, which had over 10,000 people in it. At the same time that Biden couldn't string a full coherent sentence together. And Trump, you know what I'm saying? They basically, now, I'm not saying COVID didn't exist. What I'm saying is we scared the ones at the top, and they sent us all to our rooms.
Yes, 100%. I agree.
Okay? We scared them. And now I would like to see, as we move into this Pluto with technology in Aquarius type of thing, where we have this chance to gather together as human beings using the technology that we've got in order to facilitate that.
For the greater good, right? Of humanity, for the greater good of humanity. So I want to talk about a little bit about when Pluto went into Aquarius. When Pluto went to tongue twister
Well,
here.
Mercury.
When Pluto
See,
went
we're all having that kind of a day.
yes, when Pluto went into Capricorn, geez, in 2008, usually it creates sort of like a big shift that affects humanity, right? So in 2008 we had the housing market, right, that it collapsed. When Pluto goes into Aquarius, there's something huge coming. I can't tell you what that may be, but it always brings in a huge shift. So what would be something to unite humanity? And that's a question I have for you guys, for the two of you.
I'll be honest, the first thing that I go to is catastrophe. It's the only thing that really lets human beings put their ego aside and chip in and help.
So that's what's probably going to happen. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I remember
look at us at 9/12, right? Remember how we were that whole week following 9/11, 2001.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. The 9/11 incident, brought everybody together, right? So humanity needs to come together, and the only way for it to come together is by what you just said, and I think it's going to happen, something of to that magnitude. That's the only way we're going to come together.
Yeah, but it has to be some, and not putting limitations or expectations on what a catastrophe will be or could be, but it's more a case of we've had a lot. I mean, if you look around globally right now, there's a lot of things happening. I don't even want to use the term, but the term sweet spot came to mind because everyone still is polarized. Well, I don't want to say polarized, but
I think that's the word.
Well, maybe, over things. It's like we need to just sit and have a conversation. Well, let's all grab some coffee.
A lot of people don't want to do that.
That's it. And until we start being open and willing to have conversations, until we're willing to sit with people, that we may not necessarily agree with. And until we remember that yelling does not make us right. As a matter of fact, it's made us, you lose. The moment you raise your voice, you've already lost.
If we look back also, if we look back where since 2008, Pluto has been working, slowly since 2008 till now. How many years is that? I didn't figure it out.
2008, 23 is 13. I can't do the math in my head. I'm sorry.
10.
Wait, so 24 was 16?
It's 16 years, yes.
So for the last 16 years, Pluto has been in Capricorn, right? And it's breaking down abuse of power.
Yes.
People that, are big corporations, that it's all about them and they don't really take care of their employees. And all of those things have been coming down slowly but surely within those 16 years, right? Government figures coming down. There's so many things that are breaking down that we may or may not see, but it's been doing that. It's been hacking away for 16 years. So moving into the Aquarius energy, I think that we're going to see a
big breakdown
in that area.
Yeah.
The powers that be, like I like to say.
Yep.
I think that's really where it's going.
Yeah, that very well could be. All of us, I'm sure, and everybody watching at the same time, all wants this transition to go easy and smooth, and it just may not go that way.
I don't think it will, because we're so divided still, and we have Aquarius. It's about all of us coming together. It's like I've always said, it's one human race. We're so divided still by race, by gender, by whatever else, we're just really divided, and there's got to be something that brings us all together. That's why I asked what could possibly bring us together. And I agree with you 100%. It has to be something huge that, brings us together. And I feel like that's going to happen.
Have either of you seen the movie Leave the World Behind yet?
I did.
There you go.
I don't.
A lot of symbology in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, that's on Netflix, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
with Julia
yes.
Roberts.
Julia Roberts.
Yes, I have seen it. Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, that's so freaking believable. That's what makes it scary.
Yes.
Yes,
How
exactly.
things would go down,
Yes.
you know?
Yep.
So,
But isn't that what we're talking about in a sense? Like technology, right? We need
Mhm.
technology, but we have taken it to such an extreme where we lost human contact or
Yeah.
building human relationships, personal, physical relationships, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Because of it. So we have to come to some sort of medium, you know, like not one extreme to the other, but the middle way, right?
Mhm.
We have to within the next 20 years, but I know that the shift is going to happen very soon because in 2008, I don't remember exactly when Pluto went into a Capricorn. I mean, I could look it up, but
Mhm.
how soon after that was the collapse, the housing collapse. And that's
Right.
just an idea of how long it could take
Yeah.
before we see the big.
I'm wondering how the bailout shifted the trajectory of the breakdown.
Yeah, I'm going to
You know
look.
what I'm saying? Because
I'm
if
gonna look at my book.
Pluto's out there trying to break things down, right?
Yes.
And there goes the housing bubble, right?
Yeah.
And then the government goes, no, we don't want this to happen. Yeah, here's money. We're pushing you back up, right? And they've been able to do business for the last 15, 20 years. Maybe not failing the same way, but still, like, it's not really working.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And what do? They were lying. They were
What?
lying to the people. Like the banks were giving everybody a loan, even though they knew the people couldn't afford those
Yeah.
loans.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were I don't want to say they weren't falsifying, but they were not necessarily, they were working the numbers
Yeah.
in their favor. And there's a really great movie. What was the name of that housing bubble movie, Kevin? Do you remember?
So
Was
Pluto.
it The Big Short?
The Big Short. That's what it is. The Big Short.
There's a movie called The Inside Job as well that talks about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pluto went into Capricorn December 2008. I just want to see when the housing market collapse was. I'm going to Google it.
Okay, you do that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait. She said December 2008. I'm putting it in. Pluto went into Capricorn.
What?
So Pluto went into Capricorn literally. I'm sorry. It was November 27th. The housing collapse was December 30th.
November 27th.
December, like a month.
Yep.
Literally like a month.
Wow.
So Pluto is going into Aquarius on the 20th. Give it a month or so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like Well,
what was it? You said the collapse was December 30th?
December 30th of 2008. And Pluto,
wow. That's like 33 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's an interesting number, don't you think?
I think so.
Calm down. Astrology's not real, right?
Right. You know, it is a mathematical equation.
And in numerology is all fluff, and 33 is a master number.
And numerology and astrology is like a penny, the heads and the coin, the heads and tails of the coin. So they go hand in hand.
Yeah, and I'm learning that.
It doesn't fail. It doesn't fail. It's precise.
Wow.
It's precise.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to put that out there today because we really need to pay attention and we really need to see how the planets are showing us everything we need to know. We don't need to look at the news. I really don't. I look at the planets. I see what's happening and I'm like, whoa. Now that's something to be, pay attention to.
You're absolutely right about everything that you just said. But while you were saying it, was like popping into what you just said about they were lying to everybody. They were fudging the numbers
Yes.
for their benefit, right?
Yes.
And that's what the news, the general network news, does now. They fudge the information for their benefit to lead you into buying things, you know, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. And they don't care about your consequences because they got their money in their pockets already, you know? And so I remember a lot of people went into foreclosure, a lot of people, you know, around that time, you know, it was really bad. And they got away with it because they got a bailout.
Right.
Yeah. Is there any more bailouts? That's another question.
Right. You know?
I mean,
I don't know. We've got so much to pay for as it is.
Looking at the number 33, I think with $33 trillion in debt. Trillion. Yeah. I don't understand. Like how? Right?
How is that even possible?
Right? So anyway, so I'm going to do the number and then I'll give it over to Krista. The number 7. On a lighter note. The number is
next 7. Week on The World is Going to Shit.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm going to say something, and I'm going to say it's because we really haven't been paying attention. I think that we are all collectively, you know, at fault, humanity, because we weren't paying attention. Or maybe not that we weren't paying attention. Maybe we were such slaves to work and routine and this and that we had no time to pay attention.
And we think it's somebody else. And it's up to somebody else. We pass the buck. So y'all, just so you know, this is what happens when you pass the buck.
Yeah. Well, they also say that history repeats itself unless we do something, right? What have we changed as humanity? I know we've advanced in technology, but I think in the other areas we have digressed. So we need to wake up, really. And also Aquarius and Uranus is all about the Great Awakening. So I feel like the Great Awakening is, are we going to allow this again? You know?
Yeah.
And forgive the 12-year-old humor, but the Great Awakening is the time to take your head out of your ass.
Yeah. Really. Really.
Yeah.
Number 7, and you know, I love the number 7 is actually my favorite number. Number 8 is a great number too. I love number 8, but I think I love number 7 even more because it's all about soul searching. It's very spiritual. Again, we have to find out who we are in order to step into who we need to become. How the heck are we going to do that if we don't know who we really are? Also, I want to say that the number 7 has an energy of free will, but I don't think a lot of us have free will if we're conditioned to limitations and restrictions. We kind of forfeit the free will at that point. So we need to get it back, take it back.
Right.
If we're full of limitations and indoctrinated by what we watch, what we see, by what we read, then we forfeit our free will at that point.
It's an interesting concept. It's an interesting question. How can we have free will if society has programmed us into particular roles that limit our choices, right? And what kind of mushroomed in my mind thinking about that as you were talking is how the huge change in women these days, right? Back when we were not educated and not able to hold property, right? Yeah. It was very easy to keep us contained among the choices that we had in that little world.
Yes.
Right? Now, these days, the women are being educated, they have agency and all of these things, and they're going, dude, you need to fucking do some work before I'm going to have you over for coffee even. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. I'm not putting up with this crap anymore.
You know what?
And not having families, not having children until very late in life, if at all. And, you know, so they never should have let us know that we could do it on our own because now we're choosing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What comes to mind has, you know, the recent, you know, situation with those shots, right? how I think they took free will away from people by so much fear. Fear makes people do what they think they should do instead of having their own intuition and checking in with the guy upstairs or the woman upstairs, whichever way you want to call it. When they sort of like indoctrinate us or make us fearful by the things, the advertisements, by the things they're promoting, by their propaganda, we give our free will away. We do.
Yeah.
And so I think that happened a lot during 2020.
Yeah, very, very likely. All right, my dears. Oh, goodness, I can't. It's just, there's so much. There's so much. What I need right now is this. Don't you need a sticker right now? A little scratch and sniff.
You can put it on your new amazing water bottle. See?
That's
I have
beautiful.
one.
I like it.
Yeah, this one is this bottle only has one because it sparkles.
I only like to put one. I think too many, it like, I don't know. For me, it just too busy.
Yeah, I don't know. So one of the things when I was living in the Pac Northwest area, or in Pac Northwest area up in the Seattle area, I noticed, people would walk around, of course, with their great big water bottles, and they were covered in stickers. And so I asked, I'm like, so what's up with all the stickers? And the one gal I was talking to, she's like, oh, I get a new sticker everywhere I go. And so I just add them onto my water bottle, which made me think about the old steamer trunks, right? Back in the day, where you'd get a sticker and you'd stick it on, or, or you'd have something painted or whatever. Yeah.
They do that a lot, I've noticed, in New York State and in Michigan with the back of their vehicles, especially the Subarus that go camping and go to various places. They'll come back with all kinds of place stickers on them.
Yeah, absolutely. I see them all the time. Cars with them. Yeah.
It is. So I have to put this. So, okay. This is from Tracy to me.
Oh, that
looks like labradorite.
It does. It sparkles. Do you see it?
It is.
It is. Yeah. And she said I needed it. And I have to say, it's like, it's an amazing water bottle. So, yeah. So I just thought I'd say thank you. It is a fantastic water bottle. Tracy, write down the company so everybody knows.
Yeah.
There you go.
Awesome. All right, Miss Krista, let's do your thing.
So this week it's Celestite, and I actually went up on purpose to get mine. There we go. And it is this one. You can't tell because my lights are a bit yellow, but it is a really baby blue.
Beautiful.
Isn't
I have
it
one of those, but smaller than yours.
Yeah. So this one has a story. I actually got it in Washington State.
Mine is that size.
Oh, that's so pretty too. And it was singing to me like,
oh my God, Krista.
I was on a fairground and it was singing to me, and I was like going everywhere. I'm like, where is this crystal that is singing to me? And yes, I know it sounds bizarre. Oh, sorry. Kevin's going to try to help me. Hold on. Okay, that's blinding. That's for the blind. Oh, wait. Right.
Beautiful.
There.
Ooh, gorgeous.
So pretty.
Nice.
There we go.
It looks like a cave inside.
It does. I've taken photos of it and posted them before. This one actually is staying with me. It confirmed that it is staying with me. And I was like, well, you spent so much time singing to me. I hope you're staying. But yeah, it was like on the other side. I was with Genevieve. And we were at a fair. And I want to say it was for her birthday. So that's why Kevin's the best. Yes, he is. Thanks, Reggie. And so Yeah, so yeah, I bought myself a crystal on her birthday. Isn't that awesome? Mom bought a present for herself. But it was all good. But yeah, so I got this crystal and it was really awesome. So the message for, I was thinking about what you were saying, Damaris, about Pluto, and the fact that Pluto is going into Aquarius is been on the
4 days.
In 4 days. It has been on the forefront of my mind, right? So on Monday, the 22nd, I'm doing a crystal sale here at the house of my personal collection. And so I'm only sharing this with you. If you have not received a personal invitation and you are local and you want a personal invitation, you have to message me. And I'll give you all the details. But in any case, so, and a lot of it has to do with, and I am not kidding you, it has to do with the fact that Pluto is going into Aquarius, because as I'm sensing and as I'm moving into this energy, I'm really seeing that it's about refreshing, restarting, and about having this and having a new fresh beginning. So as I was thinking about the Celestite today, I was thinking what came up for me is that, because it helps us with our lucid dreams, or it helps us with our dream state. It's a wonderful crystal. This actually is by my bed and everything. And that's where I keep it, because it calms you and it helps you, go into sleep, but it really does help you with your dreams. So I was thinking about that, because not everybody has lucid dreams. Or do either of you dream vividly?
I do sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I do. I go through stages.
I remember them, but I know that I dream.
Yeah.
And that's becoming my thing, is I don't always remember them, but I know I'm dreaming as well. But this will actually help. It can help if you have to program yourself with the crystal to do that part. But I was thinking about the meaning of our dreams, right? And about this new beginning, about Pluto breaking down and going into like Capricorn, right? The organization of what Capricorn is doing. And then
baby.
And then with the Aquarius, it's all about the way I'm seeing it. It's about really bringing things into fruition. So those dreams, not just the ones that you're having in your sleep, but those ones that you have in your heart and spirit, right? Those are the dreams that the Celestite right now is saying you need to tap into, right? You have 4 days to let go, to break it all down. And I know you're like,
Krista, with the Celestite, I think of, celestial, right?
Because, yeah.
And Pluto is actually, he's a destroyer and a rebuilder. So if there was a word, like we talked about the word of the year, it would be redemption for Pluto. And so we all have to redeem ourselves, because we are all fallen angels. Got to remember, we're down here in this 3D dimension. Pluto at the highest level is a 9th dimensional planet, nine. So it's like, we need to redeem ourselves from falling right into this, I call it the Earth School and 3D duality, and redeem ourselves. We're really, stepping into our celestial part of us, the angelic part of us. So that reminds me of that.
Yeah. And so that's a really good point. And so, but we all have that part of us that wants to level up, that wants to up level, that wants to that knows that there is something better, right?
Well, we just don't remember.
Here, but yeah, and so the Celestite is here to help us, right? And it's not here, and it's here to help us make it happen here, not anywhere else, but now. And that's what it's saying. You need to step into it. You need to be willing. You need to be willing to be uncomfortable. with the growth process. So many of us get held back with that aspect. We get nervous that we can't do it. We get nervous that things won't work the way we wanted it to. And when in actuality, that's what we need to go through. You need to go through it. You need to get through it.
We gave it away somewhere along the line.
Yeah, well, and sometimes you were talking about how society is, and we're talking, and Gayle was bringing up women, and in particular, I mean, think about it in terms of our generation. We're kind of lucky because we weren't as repressed as like the generation prior, the boomers.
Yeah.
Or even because they're the ones who broke out of it, but even the generation prior to that, right? The great generation, the forgotten generation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the women in there, even though they would go and do these remarkable, incredible, I mean, like stupendous things, got pushed back. Oh no, now you can go do this, right? Or now you can, it's okay. You know, don't trouble
anymore. Your husband's home.
Yeah, don't trouble yourself. You know, go. You have all these electronic things to help things out. You know, laundry, it's a dream, right? you fantasize about that. Oh my gosh.
So
I once upon a time ago, I didn't mind cleaning, but I never fantasized about that cleaning.
I like sweeping. I don't know why. Maybe it's a broom. I don't know.
I don't mind if it's a good broom.
Meditationable.
It can be it can be very cathartic and very like, you know, hey, it's kind of like I like painting rooms. People think I'm nuts.
Well, what you brought to mind about that generation, like in the early 70s, and laundry is a dream, and you know, all of that, right? And they had all these daytime talk shows and soap operas for the stay-at-home moms to be entertained by, you know, after going out and building bomber planes and stuff, you know. But the thing that I wanted to bring up was back then there was Manilow's first or second album. There's a song on there called Sandra. And essentially, to paraphrase the point of the song, she got married very young because she wanted to be just like her mom. And now she's sad because life is passing her by. And to the point where she's doing the dishes and she breaks a glass and suddenly there's all this blood out of her wrist. Okay. And she's just like, I shouldn't have done it as young as I did. And he was on Phil Donahue. And who are the advertisers for Phil Donahue? The laundry detergent, the dishwashing detergent, the things that the housewife needs. And they like vilified him that he could possibly think that being a housewife wasn't the epitome of what women can accomplish in this world. And how could they possibly be unhappy in such a position in life? And it was brutal. You know, that was the breaking out of the molds that we had been in for 2 or 3 generations before, getting a glimpse of what was possible and having society shove us back down in a box.
Yeah.
And those were the tools that they used to do the impacting of the musket, if you will, until we just decided to go off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, I love it. I love it. I like that you brought that in, Gayle, too. But I don't know. We need to take our free will back somehow.
So essentially for this is about tapping in, reminding us to tap into what it is. What is your dreams? What are your dreams? What is your end? Or you don't even think about what your end goal is.
Yeah.
Think about what your journey is that you want to take. Think about that. And then move forward. I'm having a show.
The problem too, though, is sometimes some people don't even know what it is that they want, you know?
And that is, and you know what? I actually can relate to that. And I actually, you know, you get so caught up in, well, but this is just, you know, what I'm doing at the moment, or your life as has been for me. So much of my life has been governed by what my husband's job is, mainly because it's an intense job.
Yeah.
It's not for the faint of heart. And so, somebody had to stay and be stable. Although that's really scary.
Well, that's redemption.
That they thought that I was the stable one.
Right. You're
Joe,
going into that redemption when you come home.
Yeah.
That's it. And so, and it's all really kind of cool, because now for us, as we're transitioning into our sabbatical of figuring, of enjoying the newness of everything, of civilian life, we get to, it's really going to be what the Celestite is trying to say. It's like tapping into that dream. It's helping us to drive it. And I'm focusing on the dream part, but it's doing everything calmly, keeping your calm while doing it. I'm feeling this right now, and I just feel like all yummy inside right now. I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling wicked good.
All right, Gayle.
Yep. All right, my dears, let's do this. All right, my dears, let's talk a little bit about stuff that we don't want to talk about. All right. This past weekend has been interesting. Okay. Because essentially, looking back, my body was in control. All right. So it started on Thursday. I get called into work. I'm grateful for it. It was actually a fairly busier day than normal. The next morning, we've got special people coming in early. So I had to go in even earlier than normal. Work from like 6 until end of day. Come home, and at like 5:45 at night, I'm just like, I'm going to snack on something and I'm going to go lay down, maybe watch TV for a couple hours before going to bed at a reasonable hour, right? No, my body said, you're out. You're out. 5:45 was the last time I looked at the clock. Then I wake up, it's 9:00 at night, and I'm like, hell no, I can't wake up now. So I forced myself back down into sleep. Wake up again at 2:00. Not time to get up yet. Wake up again when the alarm goes off at 5:45. Okay, again, I have to get up early for an extra special setup at work. Go in, handle that, knock it out. I am having a flying day. Why not? I slept 11 hours the night before. Wow. Right? Friday night, I go with my sister and a friend. We go see Jeff Dunham, right? And I have to get up again the second time that next morning, very, very early. And then that was the night that I slept 11 hours. And then the next day, Sunday, was absolutely phenomenal. We had a special guest playing music at work. I was there from the beginning of the day to the end of the day at work, which is, they usually stagger us out, but it was so busy all day that it was like that. And then that night, I went out again with my sister and her upstairs neighbor, roommate, to celebrate her birthday. And the concept of don't drink if you haven't eaten flew right out of my mind. So I go and I buy her a drink, and I'm like sucking that drink down as if, like we both got the same thing. I'm sucking that drink down as if it's like a protein shake. I'm hungry, but I don't realize it because, I'm moving. My tummy is all adrenaline. I'm not hungry, right? So I suck that one down. We're chatting with some people, and, I go to get another drink for myself, and I get another drink for her, my sister, and do a second one. Now, mind you, these two drinks have a lot of dairy in them. There's like heavy cream in them, and rum chata as well as vodka. Okay. So by the third drink, I'm like, oh yeah. And they rimmed the glass with frosting, confetti frosting. right?
Oh, wow. Ooh.
So yummy and so dangerous for me. All right. So my sister had driven because she's the designated driver. We drive back to her house and I come inside and I'm like, thank you so much for letting me stay here because I ain't driving. And I curl up and fall asleep on her couch. Apparently, she said, I do snore and I do talk in my sleep. Okay, fine. At any rate, over the next hour or so, my body goes, all right, 2 exits, no waiting. 4 times I'm up and down. And the first time I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be so bad. I don't have very much in my stomach. No, my body was pulling bile out of my toenails that night. It was
no.
horrible night. Oh my God, horrible night. And oh my gosh. The next morning I get up, I'm supposed to go to work at a different place. And I arranged through this mini hangover to switch days with someone else. So I got the day off. It's Martin Luther King Day. There's a snowstorm going on outside, and I did not move from my sister's couch except for going to the bathroom. Okay. All day long. I slept until 3 o'clock.
Wow.
I woke up and watched old episodes of Heart to Heart and music or videos on YouTube with my sister, and I loved being a slug for a day. Because normally I'm doing this or doing that or thinking I should be doing something other than what I'm doing right now. And when I get that done too, don't forget to just be a slug for one day. Yeah. My body said, bitch, sit your ass down.
Yep, and it showed you.
It did. And you know what? I came home at 7. I was ready for bed by 9. I'm up this morning by 7. And for the first time in months, certain areas of my back that are always in pain were not. Oh. My feet were not. I think that I purged an awful lot of what was causing the inflammation that had been stuck in my gut that was continuously leaking out into the rest of my body. And I think that I actually threw up and out some things that had been very toxic and very stuck.
That's wonderful though.
Yeah. So this is where I'm going with all this. That is sometimes how it looks like to create harmony within. Because you have to purge all of this stuff that is being toxic to you, causing you pain, causing you a lack of mobility, causing you a lack of free will. Oh, I can't go too far from the bathroom.
Yeah.
Right? And allowing that process that literally rips down through our throat to our toenails and pulls out anything that does not serve us anymore.
That's Pluto.
That's Pluto. Exactly.
You know, Pluto rules plumbing. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
I didn't either. But perfect.
That is so funny. I mean,
that's awesome. So that's kind of my point, right? We've got the number of the day being the number 7, recapturing that free will, and as opposed to the term free will, I look at that as self-determination.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's good, Gayle.
You know, the determination of the creative inside of us, the creator inside of us that says, this is what I was created for. And here's my realm of nothing is impossible, right? For me. Now, Damaris's realm of nothing is impossible is her realm. And Krista's realm is her realm. And your realm is your realm, right?
Exactly.
Within that realm, anything can be yours if you simply believe and then take baby steps in the direction of that reality. It's that simple, right?
Yeah.
And what makes it hard for us is those barriers that we self-impose. You know,
100%.
Things that we eat that get stuck inside of us that cause inflammation, that cause pain, and so on. Not taking care to keep our joints and muscles supple by moving around more often than we're sitting down when we're awake, right?
Yeah.
And that's the balance. You just got to move more often than you're sitting down. If you've got a cubicle job where you're sitting 8 hours a day, It's so important for you to get up and move, either during that day or after, because that sedentary life will take 20 years off of your time here if you let it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's true.
It is very true.
Yep. Now, we've got the Celestite to use this week, right? Not just is it good for helping you with your dreams, right? But it will, the angels, your angels, can
Clip your
speak
wings back.
clearly to you. It can speak more clearly to you through the stone while you're sleeping, and the barriers, the conscious barriers, are down to your ability to listen. So, like Krista said, program yourself with the rock, right? You have to do a meditation. Ask it to be of service to you, help you to hear it more clearly, and to take action and remember, even if it's just intuitively, what you've been dreaming about. You don't have to recall the pictures in your head of the dreams. You know how you just move forward with a feeling, a sensation of this is what should be next. This is the direction that I'm going to start walking in. And then poof, all of a sudden you've got what you sought right in front of you. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Wonderful stuff.
Now, take that time to process all of those things out of the way, right? All of those things that keep you from taking action in the direction of your dreams. All of those things that told you that you could not do that because someone else said you couldn't. The only person's opinion is not a person at all. It is that which created you and did so for a purpose. Now is the time for you to step into that purpose.
100%. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love that Pluto. Pluto.
I had to write it out so people remembered.
Pluto is amazing, you know. He really is, you know. He's Santa and Satan at the same time.
That's the truth. All right, my dears. Well, let's see. We're coming to the end of the show today. We are going to run a little bit long. Sorry, I was moved by spirit there. Today, our wonderful card of the day is the Four of Pentacles. Yes, I love the Four of Pentacles because that little troll used to scare the shit out of me until I figured out that the card was just about protecting what you value, right? I'm like, you ain't getting a coin out of that bastard. No way. But it's not about that. It literally is about protecting what is valuable to you. And we are supplied by our affirmations, both on the page during the week and today through Galaxy Tarot, where that just came up. Today's affirmation is, I value and protect the treasures of my life.
Beautiful.
Isn't that great?
I like the affirmations.
That's good.
I do. I've been loving them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Do you guys like them? Make sure comment in the comments and let us know.
Yes, please.
You like the affirmations?
I'm a whore for validation. I need to know that it's landing out there.
I love it. I've been reading them. Thank you.
You're the only one that matters to me, Krista. I love you so very, very much. And I'm so grateful to come here and play with you every week like this. Thank you to all of you out there watching as well. All 6 of you today. We love you very, very much. And we will see you again in a week. Hold on to your hats. This is getting real. Bye.